Hello everybody, this is another method of making this boo-boo top. Added something different this time around. Drawstring at the sleeve. For this particular one, there won't be slit in front. Hi guys, my name is Fatima A. Yusuf and on this platform I share sewing tutorials. So if this is something you like to learn, let's get to it. So I have 2 yards of fabric. Give it one fold like this. And I'm going to turn the side that is closed in a way that is going to come up. And I'll give it another fold again, right? So you have 2 folds and then you have 4 layers. So now you have 2 sides closed. So that top, I'm going to slit it open. But if you are not going to be putting a drawstring at the sleeve part, you do need to slit it open. So I'm going to mark 1 inches downward. But please, when you are doing yours, you should mark 1.5 to 2 inches. 1.5 if you know you are going to be weaving. If you are not weaving, you should mark 2 inches. I'm going to join that 1 inches together with a straight line like so. So that is going to be our border line. That is going to be our shoulder line. So all the measurements I'll be taking will be from that line. Then for my neckline, I'll be making use of 3 inches by 2. It's a round neckline and I don't want it to be too wide and I don't want it to be too deep. So after marking the points, I made my curve. I'll come to the end of the fabric. I'm going to measure 10 inches. That's for my sleeve opening. On that 10 inches, you mark 1. I forgot to show you guys what I have on the shoulder area. I had 30 inches. This might not be 30. You just measure from middle of your back to your desired sleeve length. My full length here is 42 inches. Let's go back to that sleeve area. You mark that 1 inch. After marking the 1 inches, you are going to take it down to the end of the fabric with a straight line. If you have a long ruler, you should use it. Firstly, you mark 1 inches, right? Join it with a straight line, then your neckline, then your sleeve opening 1 inches, and then you take it down. Right, I'm going to cut, so you watch how I cut the neckline so you don't make mistakes. So here you are not cutting off that 1 inch. It is not the shoulder slant. I already cut out my neckline, right? So now that 1 inch is around that sleeve opening part. I'm going to cut it off like so. I'm going to just cut it straight down. The wideness of the boo-boo top you get depend on how many yards of fabric you are using. You might not like yours to be as wide as mine, so you might reduce the amount of yards you are going to make use of depending on your body size. So after cutting, right, I'm going to open it up for you guys. This is what you are going to have. So you open it up like so. After opening it up, I'm going to bias each piece neckline, the round neckline for each piece separately. I'm not joining the neckline first. I'm going to bias it separately. So yeah, I've biased this one. I picked one piece. That's what I'll be using for my front as my front piece. Sorry, I'll fold it into 2 and place it on the floor. Make sure you fold it equally like so. So from that my 1 inches, you know that's our border line. So I'm going to take it down to 15 inches and I'm going to mark. So that 15 inches, that's where your inner belt will be. People make use of 13, 14, 15, depending on what you want. So yeah, I marked 4 inches. 4 inches is my nipple to nipple measurement. 4 inches is not constant. Yours might be different based on your nipple to nipple measurement distance, right? I'm going to take that 4 inches down to the end of the fabric like so with a straight line. Please use a ruler. So after taking it down, I'm going to extend that 15 inches outward like so. And on that 15 inches, I'm going to impute my waist measurement divided by 4. So let's say your waist is 40. When you divide it, you have 10. So you are going to measure 10 inches. Outward, not inward, please. So on that line, that is where I'm going to be stitching my inner belt to. I decided to increase that length, that 15 that I marked, by 2 inches. So now I'll be having 17 inches from that my border line. I'll have 17 inches. And then that 4 inches that I mark, it's going to start from that 17 to the end of the fabric, no longer that 15. I'll turn it over to the other side, still folded, right? I'll mark from the borderline down to 15 inches again. I will extend it outward and I'm going to impute that my waist measurement divided by 4 again on the other side. So now you've imputed your waist measurement on the right and on the left side because that's where you are going to put in your inner belt, left and right at the front piece. So now I'm going to open up for people to see. So you see this one, we are not making slit, right? So from my 17 that I marked, I'm going to take it down. So I had 24 inches. I know we are hemming the down, right? So I'm going to mark 23. So 1 inches will be for the hemming. So now your drawstring casing will be from that 1 inches to 23 downwards, right? So this is my casing. I already cut out the piece. Give it a good press so you should have a line in the middle. I'm going to make sure that line aligns with that line that 1 to 23 that I created, right? And always when I'm cutting out my casing, I add additional 2 inches to the length so that I can fold 1 inches in downwards and 1 inches in upwards. After stitching, I'll also fold in the sides by ½ inches, not up to ½ inches, and stitch it down. After stitching, I have something like this. So because my fabric is not enough, I had to make a very small, not too wide belt. I measured them. They were not equal sharp. But for the inner belts, you can make use of 20 to 30 inches long belt. So on that 15 inches, you place your belt on that mark that we marked, right? You stitch it so you should have something like this. So now I'm going to place the pieces together. Now join the shoulder, running my stitch on that 1 inches. Right, like so. I've done that for both sides. So I'm going to open it up and hem the end of each of the sleeve, folding ½ inch, and then just hem the edge. After hemming the sleeve, I'll still open it up like so. And from my neckline, I'm going to measure 3 inches. So this is why I said 1 inch was enough for me. After measuring 3 inches, to cut that place open in such a way that it will not going to reach the end of the 1 inch, so it's not going to touch the stitch. So when you have 1½ inch, you just cut out 1 inch, so you have left inches downward, you understand? And then at the end of the sleeve, so I'll measure 2 inches and also give it a slit. So I feel like when you are doing this, you should be able to weave to make it easier. I did it for both sides because I did not weave. I'm not weaving my fabric, so I'll be folding in some parts. And because I did not really slit all the 1 inches, it wasn't really enough to fold in and then stitch. But if I had marked 1½ inches, you understand, I'll have 1 inch left, so I'll just fold in ½ inch, so I should have ½ inch after everything. So you just fold in the side and then you stitch like so. So you already have your drawstring casing. But if you are weaving, you don't need to fold in the sides. That will be perfect. I did this for both sides, right? So now I'm going to join my front and back piece together like so. Join your sleeves together, the sides to be together, and then I'm just going to stitch from the sleeve down to the fabric. And I also hemmed the down part of my top. So I made this rope for the drawstring, cut out a piece, fold it in a bias form, and you just stitch and you are good to go. I'll be using my safety pin to pass my rope through my casing. In case you want me to show you how to make this rope, just drop it in the comment section. I'm going to pass it through my casing. From this one is the down part. I started from the down part of the boubou top, and then I'll just take the drawstring up to the end of the casing at that top, and then I would pass it to the other opening at the other side. You know, for the casing we have 2 sides, right? Left and right. So you are going to start from down of any part. When you reach the up, you take it to the other side and pass it. So you are going to have 2 ropes outside under your boubou top. I don't know if you understand, but please watch carefully, you get to understand. After passing out my rope through the casing, right, I'm going to also pass my rope through the casing we created around the shoulder. That's the 2 shoulders, right? Same way I did this from the down to the top, then you bring it from top to down outside. So for the rope, you can make use of length 60, depend on what you want, how long you want your rope to be. But no matter what, it should be from 50. I think that would be okay. But mine was 60, sha. I used 60 for, I think there was also 62 if I'm not wrong. But it should be from 50 downwards to 60 or even more than 60, depending on how long you want it to be. Like I said, I'm going to pass my rope also through the casing at the shoulder area. You have 2 ropes. So now at the end, everything totally, you are going to be making 3 ropes. And one thing I'll tell you is that the shoulder rope must be longer than that one at the down part. You know, that down part's length was not as long as my shoulder area. In total, you are making 3 ropes, right? And after this, that's the end of it. Your boubou top will be ready for you to slay it. You understand? So I love this method more and the other one I posted, because that one required for you to make a slit, you need to hem, you need to bias, and so. But this one doesn't need you to bias. So this is me putting it on to show you guys how it looks. As it with the inner belt and with the drawstring, you see the effect it's going to give. It's totally different from the one you're slitting. I'm going to prefer this. I prefer this, to the first method. But in case you want to make a very longer one that will be like a gown, you should use the first method where you slit, so that the drawstring effect won't be too much, you understand, around your body part. As a top, I prefer this method. It's very easy. It won't take much of your time. So guys, that's the end of this tutorial. If you find this very helpful, drop a comment, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to turn on your notification bell, right? So see you guys in my next video. Bye.